Magnus was chosen as one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people in the world. Garry Kasparov writes that if Carlsen can rekindle the world's fascination with the royal game, we will soon be living in the Carlsen era. I am pleased to have Magnus Carlsen at this table. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here. Somebody brought this in, and we will maybe have you show us something. But more importantly, I think it is that, why do you think you are so good? What is it about you? What is it about your experience? What is it about your game?
I really, really wish I knew. Maybe I will in, 20, 30 years when I'm older and wiser. Right now, I know that, I've spent a lot of time on chess, obviously, and I've developed a feeling for the game. I calculate well and so on, but there are also many others who put in the same hours, have the same dedication. So it's hard to say. But what I do know is that the game somehow comes naturally to me.
Yeah. When did you discover that?
I think pretty early on. I was spending a lot of time on chess, and somehow I kept improving at a high rate, while the other players at my age that I was competing against,
you were beating all of them and moving ahead.
Yes, exactly. And then it was always fun and while not effortless, nevertheless things were going well. Yeah.
What is it about chess you love?
It's hard to say. I do know that once I got into chess, I was really fascinated by the game, and I spent a lot of time on it simply because that's what I love to do. I don't know what it was about it. Yeah. I really don't know.
But it is a great. What's interesting about chess is that you can go and quickly recall all the great games that have been played in the history of chess.
Yeah, that's the great thing about chess, that there are other changing circumstances, but it's always the same. So you can always, although the possibilities are endless, you can always write it down, and the games will be preserved for eternity, both for learning and other.
When you put purposes. Your hand on the piece.
Yes.
I mean, what do you feel? And as you think about the move you're about to make, I mean, does it feel more than just moving a piece of wood, or does it feel, in a sense, like you're a general in a battlefield, and you are making a strategic choice?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think one thing is you can really tell from whether players are professionals or not by the way they move their pieces, by the way.
Show me what a professional does.
No, I mean before the game you would kind of adjust the pieces so that everything's in harmony.
Yes.
And that the pieces are more or less in the middle of the squares.
Yeah. So look at that. Yours is so perfectly placed. Yes.
Yeah. So
you set this board.
Yeah. So it's like when I move a piece, like I would, do it very quietly and put it right in the middle of the square. And of course, there's usually a plan with what I do, and I try to direct my pieces so that they work together in harmony. That's very important.
Your best matches you can replay in your mind instantly?
Yeah, more or less.
More or less. And great games in which imposing champions have played against each other. I assume you can replay those as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can. I might not remember every single move, but I'll remember, the critical positions and the general the general feeling of the game, what happened there, and so on.
There's a great hope in you that, as Kasparov has suggested, that somehow you carry the possibility of igniting a new interest in chess. Do you feel that?
I don't know, but I think it's a very exciting prospect because I mean, I wasn't around for the Bobby Fischer era, but
boy, it was intense.
Yeah, I mean, if I could, be part of something, even remotely similar to that, that would be great. So what I'm trying to do is just play well and try to inspire people as much as I can.
The Guardian said about you, his style is harmonious, uniquely versatile, and backed up by a fierce will to win. That resonates with you?
I've always been competitive. And I never liked losing. I never thought that losing is a natural part of the game, and I think that's the way it has to be if you want to be the best.
And if it's a very tough opponent, and you say the word checkmate.
Well, I won't actually say the word checkmate, but when
you'll say check, and
they will realize, that's
and you can see it in their face.
Yeah, that's a good feeling, obviously, but I mean, for me, what's even more satisfying is the battle leading up to the point where you're gaining an advantage. You're
the route to the advantage.
Yes, and your opponent is spending a lot of time making faces, and you know that you got him.
They're struggling.
Yeah, and I mean that's in a way the most satisfying, more than the end, which is often a matter of wrapping up.
Yeah, wrapping up. It's over.
Yeah.
Now, what about this fact that some people call you the Mozart of chess? Creative, brilliant, young.
That's
master of all that he sees.
I don't know. I think it's not the worst person to be compared to.
No, that's
sure.
Pretty good. Yeah.
And I think also Mozart had a very natural talent for what he was doing. Yeah. And like me, I think he practiced a lot from an early age. So and that's eventually that's what you do. You learn everything there is to learn, and then you start to invent yourself.
Kasparov again said that you have a way of strangling your opponent.
Yeah,
as in.
No, it's that's very satisfying to me when your plan is working. It might not be immediately decisive, but you're just piling up the threats.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it, and that's the way I like to play, and that's the way I try to play.
Here's what's interesting to me too. Your world is within these boundaries.
Yes,
this is where your world is.
Well, that's what I do. Yeah.
This is what you do. Yeah, and the question is, how long can you do it? Because you've said a very interesting thing. When you cannot play at a certain level, you will not want to play.
I mean that's my feeling right now anyway. So I think that I will play until I start. I lose motivation, and that's very important to me. And I think if I come to a point where I feel that I cannot perform, at a very high level anymore, that
won't be fun or interesting.
Yeah, it will do something with motivation.
Yeah,
so.
It'll do motivation. So, can you, and if you can, how, take the game to another level? You know, do you have the capacity to create moves, to do things with on a chessboard that have not been done before?
I don't know. I mean, I have
already done that.
No, but I have the utmost respect for the masters of the past, and they've uncovered many of the secrets in chess. So I think for me, my main task is just to try and make slight improvements on that, to amass all the knowledge and try to all the time use that and improve a little bit. So I don't know yet if I'll be able to do something revolutionary about the game.
That would be a grand ambition, wouldn't it?
It would, and it's not an ambition I have yet. As for now, I'm satisfied just trying to move it a little bit ahead in small steps, and I think that would be a great thing as well.
How will you prepare for Anand?
I don't know, because I think a lot of the things that I'm doing right now are working out. I think that's fair to say.
Yes,
so
it is.
I'll try not to
just continue what you're doing and extend.
Yeah, and make some small improvements. Be a little bit sharper in the openings. Be a little bit better physically prepared. Be a little bit better at everything, and try also not to over focus on preparation.
Just you'll know him, like everything about him. You'll know. You'll know when you're inside his head.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think he will do. He will do the same. The only difference is that it won't be enough.
He does not have enough to beat you.
I mean, that's my belief that I can beat anyone, and otherwise there wouldn't be any point in me playing the match.
You believe? How long will it take you to beat him?
I think the length of the match will probably be 12 games.
Yeah.
So it's first to 6.5 points. So if I get there in the end, I'm going to be very happy, no matter how long it takes.